Okay, so friends, we'll solve one more problems of the solids. I think problem number one, I think we have covered so far. So we'll just go through one more problem of different lamina. Let us just go and we'll see. So before we doing it, I'll go to problem number two. It is also a square prism which is having 35 mm side and 60 mm axis length, which is also resting on HP, one of its corner. It is resting in one of its corner of the base, such that two base edges containing the corner on which it rests makes equal inclination with respect to HP. Draw the projections of the prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 45 degree and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. So what is it being given is, it is resting on one of the corner. So it is resting on corner C. So that is why, again, it is resting on HP only with corner. So this is, in this way, we are supposed to rest it in the front, in the first position. At the same time, what is it being given in the second sentence, that the two base edges containing the corner on which it rests makes equal inclination with respect to HP. So what does it exactly means is, so this is one of the base, C to D. C to D, this is one of the base edge. Also D to A, this edge. So these two, what they are saying is, the two base edges are making equal inclination with respect to horizontal plane. So horizontal plane in the sense, this is the horizontal plane, right? So XY is going to be your horizontal plane. So for XY, it is making equal inclination, probably the 45 degree, this one, 45 degree, this one. So this is what it is being given in the problem. So you should not get confused by seeing this sentence. So this is making equal inclinations with respect to HP. So this is what it is being given, friends. You should not get confused. So two base edges, if it is resting in corner, then only these two base edges can make inclination with respect to corner. Just I will quickly, I'll just show you, maybe in drawing, I think you can be able to see it more. So what is it being given? So let us assume this is the XY. Anything behind XY is going to be your HP, horizontal plane. Now this base edge is parallel to XY. If it is given in the problem, this base edge is parallel to XY, then you would have rested in this way. But it is given that two base edges are making equal inclination. Hope it is, for example, let us just once again. Okay, so now let us assume, so this one, according to that problem, it is okay. So now, according to the problem, what it is being given is, let us just see here. See here, friends. So this is what it is being given. These two base edges are making equal inclination with respect to HP, that is 45. So if you rest it in corner only, this is possible. But in the previous position, it cannot be possible. Hope you are getting my point, what I'm saying. This is, in this position, it is not possible. But here in this position, the two base edges are making equal inclination with respect to HP. So this is what it is being given in the problem. Okay. So now we'll move on to the next one. A square prism, 35 mm side of base and 60 mm axis length rest on HP one of its corner of the base, such that, so it is also similar to that only. It is also similar to that, but what is important to note here is, for example, just give me a second. I think let this problem, we take it and do it. So what is it being given is a square prism of 35 mm sides of base, 60 mm axis length. So this is alpha and beta problem kind of it. We will do it later. But before that, we will do one more problem. We'll do one problem on this pentagonal lamina. Okay. So this will do it. So problem number 5 I have taken, and we'll just see how we are supposed to proceed. A pentagonal prism, 25 mm sides of base, 60 mm axis length, rest on HP on one of its edges of the base, which is inclined to VP at 30 degree, and draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. So this is what it is given, friends. So now using this, we'll just solve the problem. We'll find out and we'll just solve on the Solid Edge software. Okay. So it is given as pentagonal problem, pentagonal prism. We'll just draw XY line. We'll draw XY line and just mention VP and HP, and then we'll do it. Okay, so now it is given as, in the problem, what is it being given? A pentagonal prism. It is making 25 mm sides of base, 60 mm is the height, length, axis length of the solid object. It is resting on HP on one of its edges of the base, in which it is inclined VP to 30 degree. Okay. VP to 30 degree, and draw the projections of the prism when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. Okay, so this is what it is being given. So now we'll just see how we are supposed to do it. Now let us draw a pentagonal lamina first. Let it make visible. Okay. So it is set 25 mm. 25 mm. So on 25 mm angle will be 72. Again 25, 144. Again 25 minus 144. 25 angle will be minus 72. Okay, so done it is. So now it is resting on one of its base edges. So we'll just rotate. Okay, so appropriately we'll just place it. Okay, so this is what it is being done. So let us just show the dimension slide for one of its sides. Now, since it is a prism, we know that how to name it, right? A of A1. Okay. B of B1. C of C1. E of E1, and it is E of E1. Okay. So this is done. So now after that, we are supposed to draw a center line or axis line. So what just you can do is just perpendicular, using the perpendicular bisector, you can just do it, friends. Okay, so this is going to be our axis line. So from here now, what you can just do is the axis length it is given as in the problem it is 60 mm. So now you go for 60, but before that you make this as axis line. Okay, so it saves your time. Done. So this is done now. Similarly, we are supposed to draw sorry, this is supposed to be continuous line. Similarly, you have an edge here. So from all the edge, we will be drawing it, friends. That you just keep it, remember. So this is also continuous line. Okay, so now here onwards, we'll just we'll say second. So in fact, actually, so same edge, both the edges, which is showing in the same line, right? So that's why I made it in that way. Okay. So even though if you remove it also, it doesn't matter because anyway, it is both are in the same line. So now here onwards, what you just do is, since your view it is, so go for 60 mm line, just extend it for any length. We'll just see. Okay. So now when I'm looking, this edge is going to be, when I'm looking in this direction, A is visible to me. So that's why I have taken a visible line. Even here also we should be taken care well. So this B is also visible to me, that I have to draw one more edge which is going to be visible or seen edge. C already we have drawn. D, which is unseen, we are supposed to draw with a hidden line. But of course, this is overcome by this edge, B. So that hidden line is covered by B edge, which is seen edge. So that's why at the same time E also, which is supposed to be drawn hidden because it is unseen, but it is overcome by A, point A. So that this hidden edge is going to be covered with seen edge. So now only left is here is seen edge. Okay. So all unwanted lines, you just trim it. Okay. So this is your point. So now the base, which is supposed to be made visible. So now for that, you just go for split. Let us, okay. So now this also we'll just make it visible with the help of split command. This is done, friends. Okay. So the first position with respect to horizontal plane, with respect to top view and front view is being done. So now we are supposed to name it for the front view now. So this is my A dash of, what is it supposed to be, friends? E dash, right? Here it is. Here it is. One second, just give me a second. We'll further move on to this side. So this is going to be A1 dash of A1 dash of E1 dash. So similarly, B is going to be this one, right? So D dash of D dash, because this D is unseen. So here this is B1 dash of B1 dash of D1 dash, right? So this one is C dash, here it is C1 dash, right? So now this is done, this is also done, this is also done. Now only left with is XY line, that is, sorry, O axis line. So this is going to be your O dash, this is going to be your O1 dash. Similarly here it is, when I'm looking from the top, O is seen to me, O1 is unseen. So let it write in the bracket, right? So this completes your what is it, the front view and top view of the initial positions, right, friends? So now we'll just see how do you make it rest in the second position. What is it being given in the problem? One of its edges of the base which is inclined VP to 30 degree and HP with respect to 45 degree. It is resting on one of its base edge. Okay. So now I am taking this one. So if you notice the problem, here they have rested over corner. See, initial position, what you do is not important. You can either rest it in the corner or edge. It only matters in the second position, in this one. If this base edge is making inclination, for example, in the problem, in the primer book, it is given as, they have done it in this way. Hope I'm making it you very clear. So even if you can start doing it by resting corner also, it doesn't matter. But only thing is, well, in the second position, what is it being given is this base edge AE is making inclination. So this base edge is AE is making inclination. That is very important. That is very important, friends. If you even this side, if you do it, AE should make inclination. That is going to be the concern here. So now here, since this is my AE, this is the base edge. This base edge is making inclination with respect to HP and VP. Hope it is clear. So now what I will do, in the second position, this AE, I will ensure that this AE is making inclination. So now what I will do, I will select everything, including naming, okay, by pressing Control. So now what I will do, I'll say move. I'll just place it over here. Okay. So I think this line has not extended. So I'll say just, no, need not to worry. Okay, so now this completes. So now what I will do, I should ensure that this A and E should make inclination. It doesn't matter how do you give position in the initial position. That doesn't matter here. But only thing is, according to the problem, this base edge is making inclination. So this is the surface which is made. It should makes inclination, because this is not a point, this is not a line, this is a edge. A to E is an edge. If there is a 2 points, it is a line. You should not consider as a thing. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just say this one. I'll say rotate, keeping this as a center, this is a radius. The inclination is supposed to be, it is given as in the problem 40 degree, right? So 40 degree, I'll say 40. Okay, so now if you want to check, you just check the angle between this. -40°. Hope it is clear now. So now you just, okay, so little bit I'll just move that side. Okay, so I think this is fine, good enough. So sometimes what they will do, they will going to give the axis inclination, or sometimes they will give base inclination. That also you should remember. Okay, friends. So now what I'll just do is, I'll just move a little bit. Okay, now I think this is fine. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, fine. So this base edge is it is given as 40 degree, right? Okay, so here I have made it wrong actually. This is the base edge. This is the base edge. This is it is extremely sorry. So this is the base edge. This is A and E. This is supposed to be making inclination 40 degree. This is 40 degree, right? So if this is 40 degree, we know that if this is 40 degree, this can all, the base, if you convert it, is going to be 50, right? So 40, 50, 90. Either you do this way, or what you can just do is, in this angle it is supposed to be 50, friends. So this way it is 40, or if you convert that into base, it is going to be 50, right? So for example, I'll just show you angle between, okay, so see here, this is 0 degree, so this should make 40 degree. You are getting a point. So the rotation angle should be so okay. So now you just check here, it is 40 degree. Hope it is clear. So this edge is making inclination. This edge is making inclination. So whereas even if you convert using the base also, this will be of course it will be 50 degree. See here. So that is what I have told you. You can convert that either from axis to inclined base or anyway, right? So this is done up to here. Now I think we'll just move forward with respect to drawing vertical and drawing vertical and horizontal lines. So draw for any length first from each point. See, that is the reason. That is the reason I have splitted in each particular point, because that will help us here. Okay, I think more or less I've done. So now what you just do is draw all horizontal construction lines for any length you draw first initially. We can trim it later. Okay, so this is done now. So now friends, what you're supposed to do is so now we are supposed to locate all the points now. So this may end again with the same idea. I'll be rejoining back. Should not get quickly you have to join. So now friends, we'll do one by one. So for example, you have A, B, C, D in the top surface, A1, B1, C1, D1, E1 is in the top bottom, and two axis lines. So they be maybe around 5 plus 5 plus 2. That is going to be 12 points we're supposed to identify. So let us do it in the sequence so that chances are very less for any miss point. So for example, starts with the top surface, A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash. So from here, A dash, A is here. So this is going to be your A. Okay. This is going to be your A. Similarly, B, this is your point B. Similarly, this is your point C. This is going to be your C. Let it as C. Similarly, it is D. This is going to be your D point. This is your point D. This is again your point E, right? Now ABCD is done. Now A1, B1, C1. So this is again your A1. This is your A1. Okay. Similarly, this is your B1. As usual, C1. This is your D1. Right. D1. And this is your E. So all 5 points are done. So now axis, this is your O, and this is your O1. Okay. So this is what it is being done. All the points have been identified, total 12 points. So now, as per the thumb rule, first we have to locate the outermost boundary points, and by defaults, under the rules of visibility, we will be connecting them with a thick line, keeping in mind that it is all going to be seen. So accordingly, A, E, this point A, E, D, D1, C1, B1 and B are going to be the outermost boundary points. You just connect them with a thick line. For example, A to E. A to E is, so we know that you can split this, right? So just make this visible. After this AE, this is going to be your D1, right? At the same time, one more D1, that is here it is, right? So better you split this up to D, right? So this is going to be again your this is D1, here also D1. Okay, fine. So make this also visible. After that, this is your C1, again this is your B1. So this is also, you have to connect it, right? Okay. So now this edge you are supposed to split it. Let this also make visible. So all outermost boundary points have been connected, friends, under the rules of visibility. So now we'll just find out what are seen edges, what are unseen edges from looking from the top. So now the observer is here now. And when I'm looking from the top, I know that the top surface is going to be nearer to the observer. The bottom surface is going to be away from the observer. So anything which is near, which is going to be seen. This is general I'm talking, and anything which is going to be far, which is going to be unseen, some portions of it. So when I'm looking from the top now, when I'm looking from the top, this edge is going to be seen to me. This edge is going to be seen to me very, very clearly. What all are this edge? A to B, B to C. So this is my C here. You should not get confused. Okay, this is your C dash. So A to B is seen to me, B to C is seen to me, C to D is seen to me, and D to E, because A, B, C, D, E, which is going to be on the same line. Similarly, C dash to C1 dash is going to be seen to me, right? So with this, now what we'll just do is, we'll go here, make this also visible. So now A to B already connected, B to C, which is already seen as per our problem, as per the visibility, you just connect them with a thick line because it is seen edge. Also C to D is also seen to me, connect them with a thick line. D to E is also going to be seen to me. Already it is being connected under the different, by default. So now C dash to C1 dash is also visible to me. This edge is also seen to me, friends. C dash to C1 dash is also seen to me. That also you just connect it. Where is my C dash to C1 dash? This is the C dash to C1 dash. So C to C1. So this edge I am talking about. So now what you just do is you split again. Okay, so this you connect it with a thick line. Also, one more what you can just notice here. Now you look at here. A2, B2